What is enzyme? Enzyme is a biological catalyst that's speeding up the rate of biological reaction by lowering the activation energy and remain unchanged at the end of the reaction. Enzyme come from protein that you eat. Without enzyme, enzymatic reaction will not occur. There are 6 classes of enzyme, which are oxidoreductase, hydrolase, ligase, lyase, isomerase, and transferase. How enzyme work? Let's discover together. Enzyme work according to induced fit model. Induced fit model stated that the shape of active site is flexible. Substrate will bind to the active site of the enzyme and change the shape of the active site. Then, active site will become fully complementary with the substrate and reaction take place. In the absence of cofactor, enzymes are inactive protein that known as apoenzyme, while with the presence of cofactor, enzymes are active protein that known as haloenzyme. What is cofactor? Cofactor is any non-protein molecule or ion that is required for proper functioning of an enzyme. There are 3 types of cofactor, which are metal ion, coenzyme, and prosthetic group. First, let's start with metal ion. Metal ion is a non-protein inorganic ion such as magnesium and chloride ion. Metal ion will bind loosely and temporarily to the enzyme and change the active site of an enzyme, so substrate can feed easily. Next, coenzyme. Coenzyme is organic molecule that will bind loosely and temporarily to the enzyme and act as link between 2 different enzyme systems. Lastly, prosthetic group. Prosthetic group is organic molecule that will bind tightly and permanently to the active site of an enzyme. It acts as carrier and transfer group of atoms from one molecule to another. At high temperature, enzyme can be denatured. So, enzyme must be inhibited to kill bacterial cell by consuming medicines from doctor or pharmacist. What is inhibitor? Inhibitor is a substance that slow down or stop enzyme control reaction. There are 3 types of inhibitor, which are competitive inhibitor, non-competitive inhibitor, and irreversible inhibitor. First, let's start with competitive inhibitor. Competitive inhibitor will bind loosely and temporarily to the active site of an enzyme because it has similar structure with the active site of an enzyme, meaning to say that competitive inhibitor and substrate will compete for the same active site. Next, non-competitive inhibitor. Non-competitive inhibitor will bind to the allosteric site of enzyme and change the active site of enzyme. So, non-competitive inhibitor and substrate are not competing for the same active site. Lastly, irreversible inhibitor. Irreversible inhibitor will bind tightly and permanently to both allosteric site and active site, meaning to say that substrate can no longer bind to the active site. So, what is inhibitor for? Inhibitor can correct metabolic imbalance, can kill a pathogen to control disease, and use in pesticide. That's all. Thank you. See you next time.